Death Stranding 2 is going to let you skip boss fights because feelings, I guess. In today's episode of What Are We Even Doing Anymore, Death Stranding 2 will now let you skip boss fights. Yep, Kojima is back at it again, but this time, instead of fighting epic cinematic battles, you could just politely opt out, like it's a school field trip that you forgot to get your parents' permission slip for. Releasing June 26, 2025, Death Stranding 2 is shaping up to be another bizarre, artsy, possibly brilliant fever dream from Kojima Productions. But among the cryptic trailers, among all the weirdness, the celebrity cameos, and beach metaphors, one feature is raising some eyebrows. An option to skip boss fights entirely, like the hard parts of a video game. The whole thing to look forward to in video games as boss fights. Some of the most creative video games have legendary boss fights where there's all sorts of gameplay mechanics at stake, memorable moments. I mean, look at the Resident Evil games. Some of those boss fights were awesome. Legend of Zelda, amazing. Even Assassin's Creed had some decent ones once in a while, but now Kojima just thinks, hey, they're not even important. What's even going on here? Now, here's how it works. In Death Stranding 2, let's say you're facing a boss and you just keep dying. Well, if you die to this boss, the game will give you an option. Would you like to just pretend you beat it? Button instead of trying again? You get a little description of what would happen. Yeah, it's going to give you like some kind of like art narrative cutscene type of thing saying, oh, this is what happened in the boss fight, instead of you actually playing through it. It's like story time, but with less gameplay and more giving up. We're teaching children to be quitters now, instead of actually getting good and playing through an actual video game and learning from it and having memories. Imagine playing a game like, I don't know, Elden Ring, and you just die and die and die and you skip millennia because, oops, she was a little mean. She was a little tough for you. You couldn't get by her. Yeah, that's how this is. Now, I will play devil's avocado here and be fair a little bit. The idea behind it does seem to be accessibility. There's a whole bunch of like accessibility and gaming awards that are out now at the Game Awards, and development studios actually try to win those for some reason. And I guess it's a good thing when it's done right. And some players are praising this feature as helpful for people with disabilities or those who just want the story, like a story mode. Now, I know more games are starting to have just a story-only casual mode, but for Death Stranded, I don't know if that's going to work. Yeah, sure, the concept is totally valid, but for the rest of us, come on. At this point, some of these AAA games are practically holding your hand. They're tucking you in, giving you a warm little glass of milk, and whispering, oh, you're doing amazing, sweetie, after every checkpoint. Gaming is starting to become soft. Now, some fans are hoping that this means the boss fight difficulty is actually getting turned up in the sequel. I doubt that. Now, Death Stranding 1 wasn't exactly famous for brutal boss fights, so maybe Kojima's tossing us this skip feature as a panic button for when things get real. But still, it's wild to see how things have gone. Skipping boss fights used to be called cheat codes, right? Like, oh, you could cheat to beat this boss. Now it's designed. Like, it's literally designed into the game. I don't know if it's this culture, this new society of gamers that aren't used to getting good, like I said. The same type of gamers that are playing games that developers don't even put voice chats anymore because gamers are too toxic. It's like they want gamer culture, as it was, to be gone. They want a whole new set of game. It's this whole weird progressive mentality that, oh, gender stereotypes and this and that. Now it's like gamer stereotypes aren't good, guys. Gone are the days of smack talking in video games. Gone are the days of getting good. Gone are the days of having challenging boss fights because they're just too intimidating for video gamers, right? Now, again, like I said, maybe this has stuff to do with accessibility and putting designs out there for disabilities and stuff like that, which on paper, sure, have at it. But when it's done right, okay, this just seems a little cheap, in my opinion. Now, of course, we haven't played Death Stranding 2. We haven't seen the feature in action. This is just a report coming out that is giving us a little bit of details and stuff. But Kojima, man, like, what's going on? Why is Hideo Kojima, one of the most notable legendary figures in video game history, doing this stuff with his video games? Does this keep Death Stranding I guess, whatever artsy cinematic story that he wanted? Does he want it to be more about the story and the feel? Because if that's the case, just don't have boss fights at all. If you're going to skip them, is it still going to give you the trophy? Like, if you skip the boss fight, will you still get credit for the trophy? Or if it's about the story, why even make a video game? Just make a movie. Make an animated movie or something. Or just have, like, a cinematic mode where there's no gameplay at all. I don't know what Kojima's been smoking lately, but he just seems like he's starting to get out there more and more and more. And I'm not hating. He's done legendary things in the past, of course. Great, great developer. Legend in the gaming industry. But Death Stranding, I didn't even really get into it, to be completely honest. I was playing it. I was like, yeah, this ain't my type of thing. There was all sorts of weird nonsense with that little baby and things going on. And this game seems just as weird and out there. And now we're getting told that it's optional to have boss fights completely. Again, it's a cheat code in my book. It's a way to get through the game without actually having to play. And if it's for accessibility, okay, I get it. That's the new thing. Let gamers of all types, all abilities, be able to play and stuff like that. But just have a different game mode, right? Don't make it part of the main feature. Don't make it part of the main design. Just have a different game mode where there's no boss fights at all. And give us an option. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Every time I give my opinion and criticize something, well, imagine sitting there crying about something in a video game and you're for it. No, guys, this is just kind of funny to see how far games have gone. Imagine if we were able to skip all those amazing boss fights we've played in old school games that we played up to this point. This is obviously a thing of modern gaming, which a lot of you retro gamers that watch this, you like the old school, get good, challenging mentality. But I guess we boomers, we just have to get used to video game developers starting to put stuff right here for accessibility and making things a lot easier. I know a lot of you guys don't like modern gaming, and it seems like Death Stranding 2 is just a product of modern gaming where you're able to skip boss fights. But to me, that kind of cheapens the experience. You don't get any memories off of this. It's literally just coasting by like you're watching a movie. We'd have no memories of anything epic happened in our video games because we would just push a button and see a cutscene of what happened instead. And to me, that just ruins the whole point of video games. It just ruins the whole point of getting a strategy down and actually learning. Like, you learn while you play video games, guys. You learn the mechanics, you learn the patterns, everything. And sure, not everybody has the same accessibility as we do, but I don't want to see this become a main feature in gaming, if that makes any sense. Not that it's a huge big deal, but it's interesting to see that this is an option that's out there. So I just want to give my thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.